guys, it's Jordan. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most frequently asked questions that I get about cats. Why does my cat bite me? My cat bites me, we're hanging out in bed and I'm petting him and he's purring and he's having a great time, and then out of nowhere, boom, latches straight onto your arm. Now firstly, I want to tell you guys, this is completely normal behavior, okay? That's the way that cats communicate with one another. They wrestle all the time. And a lot of times what happens is that you're going to overstimulate your cat when you're petting them, and they're going to turn around because they can't verbally tell you what's going on. So they're going to give you a little bite and let you know, hey, I don't like that, or that's a little bit too much for me. So this is my buddy Alan. He's a doll-faced Persian and he's absolutely awesome. Normally when a cat's going to bite you is when you're petting them. Sometimes they're purring, sometimes they're not, and you think, oh wow, he really enjoys this. Now, people normally get bitten when their cat's laying on his back. Now the main reason for that is that A, the cat's throat is exposed right here. So you can see all of his vital organs and his throat. So he actually feels quite vulnerable in this position. Also, my hand right up in between here is going to mimic the body and the head of another cat wrestling with him. And so you can actually see from the footage earlier when the cats are play fighting with one another, that they're holding onto each other and they're biting each other's necks. Now this is totally normal play behavior, but it's also self-defense for when there may be a cat that's not so nice or another animal. That's how they defend themselves. So what you're gonna look for when you're petting your cat, he may be purring, but the main thing I want you to watch when you're petting your cat is his tail. Now, the tail's gonna start to move when the cat gets overstimulated. It's gonna start to flick a little bit. Now, if that tail starts to flick a little bit harder, I want you to soften the petting and maybe even remove your hand altogether, because it's the sign that the cat is gonna start to get a little bit too stimulated. It's the same thing as when you're getting a massage and maybe the masseuse goes a little bit too deep and you can say, hey, I don't like that. Well, cats can't say that because they can't talk. So what they're going to do is they're going to bite you and let you know, oh, hey, that doesn't feel very good. Now, I want you to just prevent this from happening altogether by reading your cat's body language. But if your cat does bite you, what I don't want you to do is yell at your cat, never hit your cat, and certainly don't push away or get angry. All you have to do is simply relax your arm. So I'm gonna hold my hand still, and what's gonna happen is he's gonna let go. He's gonna stop biting you and actually start licking the spot that he had bitten, because he knew that he bit you a little bit too hard. And this is the same behavior that we can witness in cats playing with one another, is that they'll bite each other on the neck and then they'll maybe start licking the spot. Just do a little bit of grooming behavior to say, hey, sorry about that, I know I bit you a little bit too hard there. So now another reason that cats bite, aside from the overstimulation, because we may be not petting them the way that they like, it's just frustration. Cats want to play. They need a positive outlet for all this energy that they have. Especially if you have a one-cat household, these cats don't have another playmate to sort of get rid of this energy. And as we know, house cats tend to get a little bit overweight because they don't get as much exercise from chasing their prey, because they don't have to catch their food like cats do in the wild. So the main thing I want to talk about are toys. I find that a lot of people think, oh, cats don't need toys or stuffed animals like dogs do, and this simply isn't true. One of the best things to do when your cat is getting a little bit too bitey, especially when they're in their kitten phase, is to take a toy and redirect that energy onto an appropriate source, like this little whatever this guy is. All these different sizes are great, especially to fit to your cat's growth cycle too. Some of the smaller ones when they're smaller, and they get a little bit bigger when they're bigger. So if I've got my kitty and he's super excited to play, he wants to chase things all over the house, and then he may direct some of that energy right onto my fingers, all you have to do is simply take the toy and redirect and give them the toy to play with, and then they're going to play with that instead, so they're not biting your hands all the time. Thanks for watching, and just remember, if your cat bites you, it's not because he's a jerk, it's just because there might be a little bit of miscommunication. I hope that this video has helped you, and you can also check out my other videos on all social medias at Model Behaviorism, or check out my website at modelbehaviorism.com.